Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, Estia Province, blue team, 2 force commanders. First up is Hunter with some good old Blood Ravens, alongside is Logis with, oh hey, is this X-File? I think it is, because they put weird symbols in the name that don't show up in Dawn of War 2. Long time player, rocking the Dark Angels DLC scheme, recolored black. And right off the blues here is Broodwich with a Mekboy, teleporting hero that fights in ranged combat, can also support, disrupt, build structures and repair. Oh, and force commanders, these guys fight in melee combat, some powerful disruption and support. Got all distracted by X-File over here. Long time viewers may remember this guy. Red team, we have Yay with a Hive Tyrant, very durable hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. Powerful offense, disruption and support, begins in melee combat with a basic synapse. I shall call you Mateo. Alongside here, Gemeral problem with an Apothecary, support hero that fights in melee combat by default, begins with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura. See those green hexagons there? That's his health regen. And round off the teams is 13th Legion as a plague champion, starts off in ranged combat, can also support with structures, repair and get into some melee. Has a damage over time bolter. And those CSM caught out of position, get a nice heal though from the Apothecary. Some heresy immediately. Force commanders chasing, blue team pushing the red team back. Needs to get in there, this guy. Lots of Daka backing him up, and oh, there's the battle cry. Nicely timed. That's the starting ability of the force commander. Makes him do these fancy special attacks for 10 seconds. And they are really impressive apparently, because they inspire everyone to do more damage whenever he does one. There's some good form there, Mr. Force Commander, they say. And he says, yes, I know it is. Mekboy teleporting in and tying things up in melee. Very useful thing to do with this guy, especially early on. Can be dangerous later. Customized Stormbolter already up for the Apothecary. Good way to shut down enemy heroes with that full auto. Mekboy still being very annoying. Force Commander catching up now. Look at this, pushed all the way back to the power. I mean, they haven't lost a huge amount, but they're definitely losing ground here, and blue team have capped up these contested points. Can they get a decap on the wreck point, maybe on the VP, maybe even pup to that power? They're doing the right thing here and backing off. They don't want to overextend, overcommit, and then be retreated, and then maybe your power gets bashed. Some sluggers joining the fray here late. Oh, there's a retreat. I don't think they needed to. Could have kept coming back, especially with this suppressing Mekboy here with his death gun. But they got out of there. Should be able to defend their power, I think. Still have some stuff in the field. Meanwhile, west side, got some dead Tyranids. Big surprise there. Tactical Marines get some bolter fight in on the Termagants, and a Warrior Brood has shown up for Yay. These guys start off with power melee weapons, can passively leap into combat, and they provide a synapse for when the Hive Tyrant is not around. Act as a detect unit too. Scouts here with shotguns and a sergeant. They are ready to, there we go, shotgun blast. Ready to roll, I was going to say. Suppressing the warriors, knocking back only one of them for some reason. Shotgun, not always the most reliable thing for knockback, it seems. Warriors get in though. Tactical Marines there taking the garrison. We have adrenal glands up on the Hormagaunts. See those growths on their back? I suppose they are the glands. Releasing adrenaline. Good grenade on retreat there from Hunter. Oh, as he retreated as well, I meant to say. The Hormagaunts did not. Barb Strangler now coming in. Instant suppression and some good damage when it lands. What is this on the east side? Assault Marines up for X-File. Double shooters into looters for Broodwich. Is that double ASM for X-File? It might be. That could be just a Overwatch mistake that's going to be corrected, or not, or it's intended. Maybe we'll never know. Force Commander taking some damage over time from the Plague Champion there. This is the Death Guard elite scheme, by the way, recolored, looking pretty cool. Single cap for red early on. Havoc's on the way for 13th Legion, and it is double Assault Marines for X-File. And some now for Hunter on that side. There are the looters with their death gun, which looks a hell of a lot of fun to shoot. Tyranids pushing through on the west side, but here come double tactical Marines now alongside their force commander. Potentially a lot of damage when he uses his battle cry. to buff them both if they're nearby. Old Mateo here misses that special attack. Force Commander just leaves him. Oh right, there's some naughty Space Marines over here. Well, naughty according to Hunter. Full auto shuts down the Force Commander though. We got some fully upgraded scouts here, although maybe they don't have elite training or whatever it's called. Suppressing the Apothecary. Maybe power was bashed a little bit there. Sluggers doing some bashing of their own with their burners up. Gives them a couple of power weapons too. East side, we have a Plague Sword. And Mucus Discharge up for the Plague Champion. Needs to counter all of these Assault Marines, I guess. It's a power melee weapon that ignores melee resistance. Incredibly useful. Are those Tactical Marines going to die? Yes, they are. Melee resistance aura is something that exists on a lot of units, especially heroes and those made to fight in melee, which reduces the melee damage you take by 40%. So ignoring that with your Plague Sword is a pretty big deal when fighting Assault Marines. Especially since it's a power weapon as well. Hive Tyrant looking for a target. Going after the Mekboy. No, runs away. Assault Marines and Sluggers in your backline is a bad place to be. 4-1-2 to 4-7-1. Tier 2 for the red team. Blue team with some heavy tier 1s. We have fully upgraded shooters. These guys don't have the Nob Leader. Upgraded Sluggers. War gear for the Mekboy and Looters. Double ASM. Upgraded Scouts. No Force Commander war gear though. We do have a Power Bash on this west side. Burners doing their thing. Shotgun Blast trying to make some kind of impact. Full auto used on the Sluggers there. Down goes the node. Can he decap though? Hunter. A level 2 Force Commander. Here's the jump. Right on the Warriors. Got some of the Hormagaunts too. I don't think this is worth it, Hunter. Yeah, run away. Oh hey, Crushing Claws up immediately from Ye. Powerful melee weapon. The highest DPS for the heroes melee weapons in the game. And since it's heavy melee, it will tear through anything. Those scouts didn't want to stick around. But hey, we still have a death gun over here. Can these guys get a barbed strangler shot off? They can. That will suppress him. Maybe the Hive Tyrant can get in. Looks like he's preoccupied with tearing apart some Tactical Marines here. These guys standing up remarkably well. There's a special. Killed a model. Maybe another. Yes. That is painful. Very painful. 2-to-1 cap here for blue team. What is this? Some decapping scouts. I don't think Gemeral problem has noticed. Oh, there we go. East side turns blue. That contested power point. And a power bash as well. Just pure Daka bashing. Scouts getting a decap. There's some Nurgle worship with Havocs up. And their heavy bolter. Here comes that Plague Champion now fully kitted out with the Armor of Pestilence still at level 1. I'm going to see him get stuck into those Assault Marines. Oh boy, Heretics just got melted. Holy crap. Plague Champion gets in. That's the Aura of Decay. And there's a Noxious Cloud, which makes everything flee. X-File very adamant that you run away there, Orks. Decent grenade from these scouts over here. Nicely done. Might be able to get a kill, and does. Well done, Gemeral problem. Good flank. Here's a Tyrant Guard for Ye. Might have been called in from a global bar from the looks of this player's red resource here. And a Brood Nest comes in. It could be difficult to dislodge. We have double plasma cannons. These guys, of course, in 2.9 now cost power. 388 to 404. Tier 3 for Broodwich. Took some losses. Goes tier 3. Jumping in. Double Assault Marines. Maybe it would have been better to jump them on separate targets to spread out that disruption. Here comes the Plague Champion. Doesn't have a lot of hit points. Heals himself. But that's a lot of stuff to be fighting, fella. At level 1. With not a lot of health. Sergeant's coming in on the Assault Marines, going to try and get a kill on this Plague Champion. Bolt pistols go. Nope. Couldn't quite manage it. The Sergeant for these fellas has a Power Sword, and now the Force Commander of X-File with Alacrity for some good mobility, and Sacred Standard for constant damage buff around the Force Commander, which gets better if he falls in combat. 354 to 404. Power bashing on the west side now is the red team. Extended carapace for the Hive Tyrant allows them to charge into stuff, which is some good disruption. You can just charge straight through setup teams and stuff. We have a Chaos Dreadnought with that rotund Death Guard stomach. We have autocannon and a claw by default. These fellas might want to leave. They did suppress the Plague Champion. He couldn't quite get into them. Might see another good grenade here from Gemeral. Nope, just goes for some scout melee there. Maybe the grenade was on cooldown or something, or just wants to save it. Former Gaunt's persuaded to leave. And oh, I thought those guys were going to get a decent shot on those tactical marines there. Maybe those guys will. Nope, they just shoot a wall down. It was an affront to the Emperor. Unlike these Tyranids are cool to the Emperor. Oh, there's advanced healing. Apothecary with his armor of the Apothecarian. Gives him some really nice speed out of combat, as you can see. Lots of ASM jumping in there. Holy crap, lots of damage all on the Tyrant God. That was double melter bombs and rocket launcher getting in there. And the Force Commander has a Thunderhammer now for Hunter. X-File has gone down right there, giving massive damage buffs to all of this stuff. Goes up to a 40% buff when downed, as you can see. Pretty crazy stuff. Down goes the Tyrant Guard. Poor bastard had no chance. Mateo, the Hive Tyrant, though, is still swinging. Tier 3 for Ye, Tier 3 for Gemeral, and 13th Legion with some Plague Marines on the way. These tactical marines are in trouble. This Hive Tyrant is pissed. Those guys died. Those were Hunters, I believe, yes. Full auto on the Force Commander in the back lines. Level 3, this fella. Done well. Wonder how much the Brood Nest was a part of that engagement, allowing the red team to stay in there. Because when those double ASM came in and Tyrant Guard got smacked around, I thought they were done for. But they held in there. Especially with that crazy Sacred Standard buff going on. This is a dead Dreadnought. Down it goes. Tank versus Dreadnought usually goes in favour of the tank. We have some Mark of Khorne Havoc, so they're gonna get an autocannon, a very nasty one too. And some Mark of Zinch CSM with their aspiring champion. Here are the Plague Marines. They have a missile launcher that can snare targets. Very durable in their own right. Although there's a lot of DACA, and not all of them are in cover here. Death Gun setting up. They now have to flee. Just after I said how durable they are. They don't have heavy infantry armor, which does make a big difference when you're fighting a bunch of shooters. That piercing damage just gets straight through. And the health regen only goes so far. Crippling poison on these Assault Marines. Can they get a jump? They don't have the energy to do so. Scouts getting into some melee, trying to tie up the Barb Strangler Warriors. That was a good shot. Killed 2 scouts. Can they destroy this Brood Nest? It's done some good work for the red team. Grenade. Almost hit themselves. Uh oh. Oh, they can jump away. Barely. This Force Commander is still down. Just using that 40% damage buff. Power bashing with tank busters, DACA, and a looted tank. Pretty effective. 13th Legion has been pushed back for a lot of the game. Plague Champion trying to get in here. Gets onto the looters and then falls. And these CSM are in a bad place. Going to be suppressed and shot to pieces. Need to just retreat, fellas, I think. They're behind heavy cover now, but that's a tank. Yeah, run away. West side, we are going to see the Force Commander rise to his feet again for X-File. Not sure what war gear you have. Do you have a weapon? You do. You have a power fist. They both have Sacred Standard now, these Force Commanders. I don't think it stacks. Right? I wonder if when one of them falls and it becomes 40%, does that then stack with the 25 of the other one? Because that would be mental. I have Tyrant charging through some Space Marines casually. And then runs. This power completely built up by 13th Legion since this power's fallen, I suppose. Struggling to keep a handle on it. These Orks are kind of smothering this east side. Haven't put a lot of pressure on this VP though. Red team ahead on VPs 226 to 350, although the contested on the west side is currently blue. What is this? Tank Busters didn't finish their power bash. Ran into some Tyranids. Apothecary down over there. East side. The tank lives. The tank does live. Can the autocannon get back on it? Noted over there now. Maybe we'll see some gens pop up again. Scouts repairing. Double assault marines ready to pounce. Look at them. It's a gaggle of assault marines. And they overshoot the CSM, but they still get rid of them. Yeah, you just have a really bad composition to fight double ASM. I mean, the Plague Champion with his sword can only go so far. Needs some heretics up. Easier said than done when you have no resources. 13th Legion did go tier 3. Speaking of tier 3, here comes some flash kits. We have a Predator tank from Hunter getting shots in there, and a Land Red Redeemer for Gemeral Problem, providing some amazing infield support to the red team on this west side. Swarmlord on the way for Yay. The Assault Squad jumping in here. It's a lot of stuff though. Might get some friendly fire from that. No, it was a good hit. It's a really good hit. And now Gemeral has some Terminators. Terminators plus Land Raider. Generally a bad time for your opponent. But that's a good nuke. A really good nuke. From Hunter, I think. Hits it pretty well. And did the right thing of spreading out the shots there. He's, I think these fellas need to reposition, these plasma kind of guys. Terminators will go for the cap. They start off with Storm Bolters and Power Fists, and these guys are going to have a Cyclone Missile Launcher on their back soon. There it is. Grenade goes in, getting some good damage on them, but they're able to withstand it. Apothecary, where are you? You're coming back out of base, sprinting over to the Terminators. Wants to heal them before they drop a model desperately. Here's the Cyclone Missile Launcher volley. Does massive damage if you can hit those. Look at that. Holy crap. Gonna go down. That's the Electroshock Grubs, and here's a Swarmlord. Down it goes. Electroshock Grubs from the Warrior Brute. Force Commander getting into the back lines, but not for long. Swarmlord now leading the charge for the red team. That's a nasty combo. Land Raider with Terminators and a bunch of Tyranids, eh? Mateo is down. Twitching. Apothecary could get some... Oh, he could get level 4 if he goes to revive over there. 201, 325. Orks back on the east side pretty hard, but Broodwich is really neglecting to decap this VP and take control of it. Needs to transition mid a bit. Mekboy busy repairing, can't shoot stuff. And we do have some heretics up for 13th Legion. Kicking off towards the center, is it? Nope. Just Tyranids. And some Terminators. Vanguard veterans on the field now for Hunter. That's a hell of a lot of stuff to jump into though. Hive Tyrant is back to his feet. Level 4. Getting the warp field up. Scouts are getting shredded and go down. Vanguard veterans do get away, and a las cannon is getting shots on the Swarmlord. Doesn't have as much hit points as the Great Unking One and the Avatar, but this guy does have vehicle armor. Not going to last long though here. We got buffed Marines and a las cannon getting shots in the missile launcher. They're helping out. Meanwhile, we have some assault Terminators with these Deathwing colours, I suppose, ish. Recolored a bit. These guys unique to the Force Command with Thunder Hammers and Storm Shields. Lots of heavy melee and lots of durability as well. 5,400 hit points compared to the 4,500 of regular ranged Terminators. They're following the Force Commander here. Getting buffed by the Sacred Standard. There it is. Now backing away though. Venom Brood up here for Yay. With that ranged Synapse, and blue team are trying to take this VP. Can they do it though? Land Raider does just so much for you. That is a big nuke target though. Look at that. They couldn't quite get it. The blue team. 182 to 276. Plasma Cannon misses everything. Double cap though. They do have both the naturals. Look, they finally got on this VP here. Some Dakar flash kits with their blasters. Holy crap, making short work of those Havocs, so that they do escape. Plague Champion now transition to the Plague Fist. Try and help against that Dakar with Pestilence Strike. Didn't help there though. And now these guys are going to have a bad day. Ouch. Plague Marines trying to take over, and I think they'll get it. Nurgle Worship there, not enough to keep those poor CSM alive. Grenade from Gemeral. Pretty good at those retreat grenades, unlucky not to get a kill there. Guess those shooters are leveled up, hey. They've certainly shot a level 4, these guys. Shot a lot of stuff. How are you running so fast? Yay. Are you in retreat? Yeah, retreating back to the Land Raider. Here comes a bunch of Marines. Vanguard Veterans, double Assault Marines, Assault Terminators, and some Tacs. Not to mention this fella, level 3 Force Commander, and you, level 6 Force Commander, both with the standards. That is a scary army to be fighting. Am I hearing erupts? I am. Looks like it didn't hit a lot, or maybe it did and it all died. Looted tank, level 2 now. It's done well. And now a battle wagon for Broodwich. Has units inside, you can tell by those light bars there. Which means it moves faster and shoots all of its weapons. Blue team pushing through. Oh wait, did they got the Land Raider and I completely missed it. It must have got double melted, and then the Assault Terminator's got onto it with this missile launcher as well. 115255. And Tyranids falling. Yay has nothing on the field now. Nid army down indeed. 107 to 255. 2-1 cap for the red team. Here comes a Carnifex. Tyranids can recover quite well with Carnifexes. GG though, says Yay. I mean, we'll see about that. Has tons of red. Mekboy's down. Battle Wagon getting shots in. 13th Legion has had a torrid time on its east side. Everyone has their off days. Level 4 Tactical Marines capping. And the Force one just... Oh, I'm going to say he's just strolling through. And then full auto to the chin. There's that Carnifex. Goes for the Barb Strangler. Might have wanted the Thorn back, because there's going to be a lot of melee tying this thing up. Barb Strangler is an amazing weapon though. 87 to 255. They have a VP lead here, red team, but can they hold on with this roster differential we see here? A Dreadnought on the way for Gemeral, and Chaos Terminator sit in the field for 13th Legion. Plague Marines should be trying to get around onto the looted tank, I think. Mekboy goes down. Was that Pestilence Strike? To protect those guys, I think it was. Yeah, it was. Plague Champion needs to flee though. These guys should get an auto cannon up. Shoot at a looted tank, fellas. It's right here. Battle Wagon tried to charge, got stuck. 13th Legion is really putting some pressure on though. Got close to the VP, couldn't quite get there yet. There's that autocannon, good damage to all targets. It really is a really fantastic weapon for Terminators. Looted tank is right there. You can get the power fists on it, guys. Looks like they're going for it, maybe. Yes. These guys now need to be careful. They are alone. There's double flash kits and 2 vehicles. They're going to take a lot of damage. Trying to teleport away. Meanwhile, west side, a melee Space Marine force is proving to be pretty powerful. With Assault Terminators and a bunch of fellas with jump packs. There's an orbital. Didn't hit a whole lot. Made stuff move around. Uh-oh, Dreadnought's in trouble. Double Terminators now for Gemeral problem. I think the Dreadnought's done for. Power Fist is trying to chase it. Down it goes. Gene Stealer's now in play for Yay. These guys, these days, have a passive health on hit, which is pretty nice. Which goes up when they use their Adrenal Rush. I think it's 1% by default. 1% of their maximum health, that is. Chasing off some Marines, and red team getting back on the VP. 87 to 200. 13th Legion needs to get the VP back, and the Plague Champion should be able to do it with the Pestilent Strike there. Plague Marines isolated. It's happened a few times for 13th Legion. Just got things out of position a little bit. Just desperately trying to get shots on with that missile launcher. The Havocs are down. The Havocs are down over there. Red team have the 2-1, 85 to 1, 8-8. They have recovered quite well. Yay lost the Carnifex even, and is still going strong, with the Warrior Brood now getting Adrenal Glands to give melee synapse to those Gene Stealers, making them pretty mental. This is now red, this VP, as we see. Go mid, go, go. Going to see a big push in the mid, I think, from X-File. Are they going to get backed up by Broodwich? Where are you? Kind of out east a bit more. Can they pincer in on this red team? Some Tyranids have been found. Are the Gene Stealers going to turn and engage? Maybe now they will. There we go. With melee synapse in play. The Hive Tyrant also there. And he's level 6. Here come a bunch of Orks though. Crazy engagement here at the end. 44 to 188. CSM with Markov Zinch level 3 pumping out some damage there. And flash kits are heavy infantry, I think. So they're taking a hell of a lot of damage over there. Hive Tyrant on the warpath, level 7, triple cap for red. Look at that. Blue team are taking it back. But I think red team have this game with a late surge. Pretty sure they have this single cap now. After Yay lost their entire army, they kept their head in the game, recovered and stayed mobile, supporting this side at a crucial time. There's the 1-to-1 cap now. 3 VPs remaining. Can they finally take down this looted tank? It's done a hell of a lot of work. Some good hits from the Cyclone missile launcher. Down goes the looted tank. There's a 2-to-1 for blue team though. The battle wagon barely survives. Got some sluggers on the way for Broodwich to help with repairs. Rippers only cost red now. Yes, they do. They still snare vehicles and stuff as well, though the snare isn't that great. GG all, says 13th Legion. Are they expecting blue team to see this out then? Are they giving up? I mean, they're still putting pressure on. Need to get to the VP, fellas. Here comes some scouts to try and decap. Sneaky decap. And red team are on the west side. There are the Rippers. Can spawn them out of the capillary towers. I think they're 50 red. Some more Marines dropped in, but they did get the single. These guys were the key. Getting the sneaky decap under infiltration, and the Tyranids barely getting one with, I think, some Hormagaunts or something. But yeah, a close game. Closer than the 150 VPs left on the Reds counter would tell you. Double Assault Terminators are up for X-File, and they still couldn't bring it home. These guys had Lightning Claws. There's some really good rosters. But that late surge. Yay, coming across to the east side at a vital time, helping out 13th Legion, because I think without that, they would have got on this VP, set up shop with some powerful stuff, and it would have been difficult. Man, they were on it at the end here, just seconds in it. Seconds in it. Let's have a look at these heroes. We had a Terminator Force Commander at the end from Hunter, almost dead. X-File with a level 6 Force Commander. He had a level 6 Mekboy, Mega Rumbler. I didn't actually see him get it off. I'm sure they tried. Level 7 Hive Tyrant. Mateo did well. Level 9 Apothecary. Holy crap. That's a good shot. And a level 3 Plague Champion. Had a tough time on the east side, but wins. Didn't give up. Well done, 13th Legion. Thanks you for watching, guys. And I'll see you next time.